Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world of darkness, and welcome to Age Street Magic. On on today's episode, Violet has gone back from a little dance event near a park of New York. She was trying to find Ginger, actually, and from what she get through the mage mind link is that she missed her, and apparently now she's in trouble with the police. So the other mage are saying that everything should be okay and that Ken is taking care of it. So she has decided to, well, kind of take her frustration and her anger through her art, staying connected to the mind link, trying to see if there's anything that she can do to actually get to Ginger and probably not be as much of a nerve wrack that she is right now. So, yep, she is in that little studio that is in one of the warehouse dedicated to the art students at the university. And she's currently busy working on another piece, having the two pieces of art that she made for the charity being present. And she is, yeah, she's pretty much concentrating on uh, on her work, having probably a little bit of music blasting in her ears.
As Violet is working on her artwork, she'll probably over the music hear the sound of the door opening and closing. Though what she probably won't hear is a very small, mousy woman humming quietly to herself as she does so. She just kind of wanders over, looks around, maybe sets down some of her own art supplies on a table nearby.
I'm going just for the lot of it. I'm going to make a perception alertness to see if she's even aware that there's someone. Nope. 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 Like, yep, nope. I'm too concentrated on on the music blasting in my ears and on this piece of painting that I'm currently working on. Yeah, no, I definitely didn't hear anything.
The girl that Violet doesn't notice, she spends a while sketching in charcoal, kind of just relaxing before eventually, as Violet is getting further and further on her own artwork, she'll kind of walk over and lean over. Oh, wow, I really love your painting.
she, she just jumped 5 feet to the air, just realizing that not only is there someone, but that someone is extremely close. She just
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you.
as she unplugged her ear sets. Oh shit! Like, wow! Whew. Oh shit! Oh, and
Are you
she
okay?
I mean, uh, I guess now I kind of understand what's happening in those movies when you see the jump scare and it just happened and you're like, oh come on, that's not that scary. Yeah, actually it is. uh,
Sorry, I totally didn't mean to, startle you or anything.
uh, it's oh, it's okay. It's okay. I've been focused on some things. So yeah, sorry for not being a very aware person currently. As she looked at this person and she Yeah, how old actually is Leanne physically?
She looks like she's maybe 20 or so.
Hmm. She sees the art supplies. So you're you're new in college, or you just came by
Oh, well, I don't actually go here. I just kind of decided to drop by, you know?
to just drop by. As she eyes this person kind of suspiciously, like that's definitely not the answer she was expecting. So okay, uh, who who are you exactly?
She flashes her a grin. Oh, it's really nice to meet you. I'm Leanne.
And she extend a hand. I'm Violet.
Oh, wow, that's great. So, do you come here a lot?
Well, I mean, yeah, yeah. I tend to go here. It's a good place to be alone and just work. And also, I got much of my supplies here. As she points to some uh, some bottles with different colors, with a lot of pigments, a little bit everywhere, and some chemicals. At least like I can get my work, and I don't have to go from from home to here. At least I have my stuff here. Uh, Actually, I think Lian can throw a peony when she says the word home.
Sure. There's two.
Hmm. Yeah, she can probably sense that home seems to carry a certain burden to it, or at least something that seems to make this girl kind of uncomfortable.
He kind of grabs a seat and sits down. Something the matter?
Uh, it's okay. I got problems at home. Classical stuff. I mean, I'm not
Oh,
going to ask you to throw a peony on that. Like that's just from yeah.
I'm really sorry to hear that. Is there anything I could do to help or
she kind of looks at this person like this is probably she guess a kind of normal conversation maybe, but it's a slightly strange considering the world that she woken up to and everything related. So she's well, I mean, thanks, but I'm not really sure you can't do something about it. Like, I mean, that's nice of you to ask, but I don't really know you.
Yeah, I understand. I figured it was worth offering, though.
Mm. So, I mean, you said you were dropping by. I mean, do you know me from somewhere, or are you one of one of the girl's sister, and you want to see me regarding their grades?
Oh no, I actually did drop by here on some actual business. She kind of looks around. I think I'm in the right place. You know someone named Dakota?
As she was taking a cup of water, and yeah, she she almost half strangled herself as she looks at this person with a complete new angle. Uh, she rubs the bridge between her eyes. Do you want some coffee?
Yeah, that'd be really great.
Okay, okay. As she starts to make a little coffee, and after a few minutes, she gives a mug to to Leanne. Uh, you have sugar there, as she can see that she takes a full hand of sugar and just pour it into the coffee. So you're you're the big E.
The Big E?
Um, damn, what was the term again? You're the executor or something?
Oh, yeah, that's right. She, uh,
She just looked baffled at this person.
she
You,
grinned.
you only remember now that you're the executor.
I've never heard the term Big E being used before. Usually it's just very formal.
Eh, wow, I think. Uh, so as she kind of looks a little bit uncomfortable looking at her shoes. So what exactly I'm supposed to call you, your executorness, or some kind of mystical weird title?
Oh, just Leanne is fine, really.
Okay.
I came here to investigate something that happened a few months ago between Dakota and one of the orphans.
Mm, yeah, the time bubble fucked up.
Yeah, from what I heard, it was a pretty big breach of the rules we stand by.
I wasn't really there, so I can't really give you a whole lecture of everything that happened, but I trust Naomi and Ken's judgment regarding this. The the fact that apparently she did it without even asking his permission, and I mean, even so, I think that's really fucked up. Like, can't you just wait and say, "Hey, maybe you should come back tomorrow"? Like, that's I mean, that feels like a blatant misuse of power.
Yeah, totally. Can you tell me anything about Dakota or about Ken or Naomi?
Well, I mean, Ken is Ken. I mean, he's a nice guy. Can be, mm, eh, I don't, I don't hang out a lot with Ken, but most of the time, um, we had we had normal conversation, and he can be an asshole sometimes. But I mean, most of people can be assholes anyway. He's, uh, I would say, he's a nice kind of asshole. For Naomi, Naomi is my friend. She she's far from perfect, but she always stood up by my side, even in the direst of consequences. She, I think that's probably not a very nice thing to say, but she's helped me more than Dakota regarding being an ecstatic, even when Dakota was supposed to be mentoring me.
I see. Did you notice any other strange or itchy behavior from Dakota?
I mean, I met her at, uh, I mean, she's not the first ecstatic that I met. Um, the first one, uh, which unfortunately, I'm sorry for Anthony because oh yeah, yeah, I remember now the name. Oh, thank God. Um, I met Mr. Sachs, the dancer, the ballet dancer. He's the one that introduced me to the idea of joining uh, joining the cult. And after a while, he disappeared. So I wasn't sure exactly what to do, and that's when I met Dakota with actually Naomi, and um, I had a discussion with her, asking her what it meant to be an ecstatic, what I was regarding what I was searching for, and that's when she explained to me that I would I would not get rid of my fears, but I would be able to let them pass through me and actually be able to not be hindered by my, well, either my social anxiety or even all my mental issues. I would be able to strive for something more. And that's when I joined her in the Chantry, and she started to, well, to mentor me. First, first was okay, I guess. I mean, I don't really know how everything works, but she explained to me a little bit on how things work, and after that, not much until the point where um, she caught me during one of my crises um, when when I pretty much was going through, well, I think there's no way to say it. I was crying on the floor due to my PTSD getting a hold of me. So she made it a project to actually help me to help me not be hindered by my emotions. So uh, she helped me to participate in a ritual where, well, I guess pretty much the idea was let's get your Akashic boyfriend and let's make a ritual where you two mind meld and have a lot of tantric sex, I guess. Didn't uh, didn't really work well, but at least it helped me a little bit. And then I don't know, things started to get a little bit different. I mean, she became, I wouldn't say colder, but she became more rigid in the way she was talking to us more. Uh, I mean, I think the best way to say it is that she shifted from a trusted friend or trusted elder sister to, uh, well, I'm probably going to say it very harshly or very extremely, but kind of BDSM mistress, in the sense that yes, I would have seen her with a crop. I wouldn't have been surprised. Not in the mean sense of way, but yeah, things were more uh, authoritarian, should I say? Still open, but the relationship started to be a little bit different.
Wow, that sounded like a really sudden change. Do you have any idea what might have caused that shift in attitude?
I mean, I'm not going to lie, we're not easy. We're not easy, and sometimes, we do stupid things, but that's kind of the thing. And I kind of get that, uh, when you fucked up, or you do stupid things, you get a spank, or at least uh, a lesson or something. But I mean, she wasn't mean, but it wasn't mean or anything. Like, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. The attitude was different. It was, I guess, there was a distance. It became less closed relationship and became more. Uh, well, I mean, something probably I would more expect from a hermetic master to one student.
I see.
And the last thing that she did for me was when uh, let me remember exactly. I had a discussion with her regarding avatars, and well, I told her like I never went into contact with my avatar, like not even once, even during my awakening. Like, the one that actually guided me was my familiar, who guided me through all the way. I wasn't able to see my avatar; she was hidden. And so she told me, I can help you to get in contact with your avatar. And I say, okay. And then, she got me near to a bathtub, and she said, okay, I'm going to put you underwater, and I need you to relax and count in your head backward, and those things. And at some point you're going to feel a little bit asphyxiated, but that should be the point where you reach a different state of consciousness, and that might help you to reach to your avatar and enter in contact with it. So um yeah, she drowned me, and when it wasn't working, so and I was feeling that I didn't got any more oxygen, so I tried to get up, but she maintained me underwater until the point where I started to frantically trying to get out from the bathtub, starting to scratch her hands, trying to get up, until the point where I almost drowned, or at least I fell into a state of unconsciousness and I reached contact with my avatar. And when I fucking asked, like, what the fuck was that? Like, I was drowning and you maintained me underwater. Like, I said, I wanted to get out of the fucking bathtub. Like, this is kind of, when you're actually frantically starting to get out of the bathtub, that's kind of the sign. Yeah, I want to get out. You should let me fucking get out. And and then she said, like, I remember now, and that's she said, I asked, what would you have done if I had drowned myself? And she said, oh, it's okay. I would have resurrected you. Like, wow. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that shit?
Wow. So she also, on top of freezing the orphan kin, she, without his consent, the moment that you revoked your consent, she refused to yield. That is very troubling, especially seeing that she has a record of ignoring those kinds of things. I apologize for having only heard about it recently.
Let's stay silent for a little bit as she unconsciously put her hands around her arms as if she was actually freezing or feeling a little bit cold from remembering the experience. Like, so wait, you're saying that it's not the first time? It's not the first time?
From what I'm hearing, the incident with you in the water, you revoked your consent, and it is against our code to do magic to people without their consent. Consent needs to be ongoing. If at any point you revoke it, it's no longer consent, which would make that the first time, and the incident with Kin the second time. It seems sort of like a pattern of behavior that's quite worrying.
I don't really know what to say regarding this, but uh, I mean, somehow, it seems that can't really. It's very hard to put your trust in someone nowadays. Like,
Absolutely.
first Dakota, then and my guardians. This is really, this is really getting to started. This is really getting on my nerves. I don't. It seems like the only person I can really trust are Naomi and Ginger and Noah. It's. I mean, I don't want to add things to the boat, but the code, the only thing that I know is what uh, is the understanding that Naomi has of it.
Yeah.
I wasn't properly introduced to the code, I guess. What I'm saying. That Dakota never really took time to even get me a lesson regarding, code. The only thing that pretty much I got was, hey, consent, don't fuck up.
Yeah, wow. I'm really sorry to hear that. You really should have been instructed more. Is Naomi a good teacher?
I mean, I guess that's not the kind of teaching I would have expected. But she knows me. She went into my head. I let her go through my mind, my secrets, and my memory. She, I think of all the people in New York, she's one of the three person who actually knows me more than anyone else. And even if this is probably something I would have probably a few months prior would have said you're fucking crazy. Well, even if she got me high as a kite, I I've been able to at least release my anger. I've been able to not let it keep it inside because I've been keeping it inside for so long. Like I never get angry, or at least I never got angry. I try to repress everything in myself. And well, she helped me to at least let go of my inhibitions to actually be angry, start to scream, and actually take the first step in asking questions that I wanted answer to, even if I'm not happy with the way I got the answers. At least I feel that I'm moving on and I'm not trapped within myself anymore. I know I have a long way to go still, but at least I guess even if I go through pain, I feel more alive than when I used to be. So I guess yes, you can say she's doing a good job.
She smiles. Good. It sounds like she did teach you an important lesson, even if it was a really hard one.
Mm.
But if you need more information on, oh, I don't know, practices or history, things like that,
Mhm.
if I'm welcome in your chantry after the investigation's over, I'd be happy to help.
I mean, we've been we've been discussing a lot between ourselves, and I mean, we don't really want to, uh, we don't really want to not be ecstatic anymore. So, I mean, I guess we'll see the end of your investigation. But yeah, it's always nice to know that you know higher ups, or at least people who are more experimented on the road, can actually look after you and not uh, well put you in a difficult situation.
Yeah, I am really sorry about the abuses you've all suffered from the chantry head. I don't understand how it could have gone on for so long, but I'll be sure that things get corrected as soon as possible. And your friend Naomi said that she's setting up a chantry.
Yeah.
Perhaps the start is best for all of us.
Mm. Can I mean, I kind of understand the idea of consent, but how far exactly does consent go? Because I get that, having been on the end of it, uh, I get it that, when people say no, it's no, obviously. But how far does the rule apply exactly? Like, I guess if you're in a dangerous situation, uh, yeah, it's kind of complicated. But when does it mean that basically when you're facing people that may or may not be working with the others or are, um, yeah, I guess, eh,
The only the only time, according to our code, that you're to do magic to somebody without their consent
mhm,
is if they are threatening you.
mhm,
So as long as somebody is posing no threat to you,
mhm.
You're not to do magic on them unless the consent is clear,
Hmm.
coherent, so they must know what they're agreeing to. It's willing, you cannot pressure them into it, and it's ongoing, so they can take it away at any time. The As for our enemies, those among the technocracy, the Barabi, the Marauders, they can be considered threats no matter what.
Mm. Uh,
The other gray area I can think of
mm,
perhaps is if somebody may be dying and can't communicate, it might be acceptable then to save them.
yeah, I guess. Well, I guess it depends on the situation. I mean, yeah, I kind of understand. Like, if someone is dying, and yeah, I mean, except if the person really wants to die, then yeah, if you start to heal her, I guess that would be an abuse, going against her wishes.
Exactly, yeah.
Huh. Um, do you intend to stay after, after everything?
If I'm needed, I'd be more than happy to stay.
Mm. Do you Have you met others than me?
I have. I met with Ken, Naomi, and one named George.
Ah, yeah, the new guy. Um, what do you know exactly about us?
What do you mean? I've only really asked about the situation I was sent to investigate.
Mm. No, I mean, do you know do you know Ginger Case? Or, have you been
Oh,
made aware of each of our problems, basically?
Naomi informed me that Ginger is fairly mentally ill, but I haven't been told any real specifics.
Mm. Well, I mean, I guess if she told you, I guess that you should know, or at least she probably told you she has 10 personalities currently.
Oh, yeah. She told me that she was prisoner to the technocracy for a while, and that's what caused it.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, I guess that's a good way to put it. But yeah, the technocrats fucked her up, and that she's Edwin's sister. We're trying to we're trying to help her, but it's yeah, it's really complicated.
I understand how it can be. Definitely is a difficult situation. But if she's made it back with us now, it means that there always is hope.
Yeah.
Just have to check and make sure that she hasn't been compromised.
Mm. How you can throw a peony.
Sure. Oh, nothing.
Okay. How she's trying to think a little bit. How I mean, I only had the example of Dakota, unfortunately. But how does our tradition feels regarding accepting or acceptance of other people's differences?
What do you mean?
Uh, I mean, uh, she's trying to she's trying to think of a way to put it. I mean, would we would we accept anyone, or are the people where we're like, oh no, like there's no way we're going to accept you. You're like that. No fucking way. Get out.
Sorry, can you repeat that very last part?
Yeah, no. Basically, uh, she was saying, are we basically accepting anyone from any with kind of any background in the tradition, or are the exception where we're like, oh no 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 no, fuck you, get away from here.
Oh, well, generally we are accepting of people from any background. The important part tends to be the set of ideals and beliefs that unite us. But where somebody comes from, no, usually that's not a factor, aside from the ways it can shape their beliefs.
Uh, yeah. Uh, I guess Liane can see that Violet is breathing out, as if she had been holding her breath, as if, yeah, she's kind of relieved. Thank you.
Of course. If it's your friend Ginger you're worried about, as long as we find nothing dangerous about her that may have been done to her, or as long as we can cure it, I see no reason to not allow her to join us, especially if she ascribes to the same beliefs we do.
Yeah, but I guess you found out sooner or later I was also thinking about me.
How so?
I'm not really sure how to put it. I'm I'm not 100% human.
She
I'm
kind of does like a bit of a double take. What do you mean?
I'm not even sure of what I am exactly. Cyborg, whatever, clone. I'm not sure. Don't really know how to really put it anyway.
She seems fairly surprised by this revelation. I see. Do you have any contact with. She seems to be struggling to think of how to say it.
She, uh, yeah, she shakes her head. I'm not in contact. I, from what I understand, they I don't even know how to put it. Have you have you seen the Truman Show?
No, I haven't.
Oh, God damn it! Why no one is watching movie anymore? Uh, to put it simply, when we went into my head, uh, they uh, they found out that some of my memories they match, and I that's why I confronted my guardians. Apparently, my memories have been tempered, and I don't know why, but released into here for when I was 12. And I've been living, I guess, a normal life until I awakened. And I'm trying currently to understand, like, why. So I don't know if I'm being stupid to tell you this, but I genuinely don't know what I should do. Not even sure of the road that I should take.
That is really difficult, but I guess the most important thing would be to find out the truth and then decide from there. I can't make those decisions for you because it's very personal, but I'll try to help if I can.
She laughs a little bit nervously as she goes, "Well, at least that's I guess that's kind of a good ending that I get because I'm not going to lie. I thought for a second I was going to get, oh, sorry, I'm going to have to obliterate you or something out of existence.
Where you came from doesn't mean who you are. And most of us, our goal is to be better than where we come from. I'd have to, in doing my job, check and make sure that you weren't compromised. But in the case that you're not, I don't see a reason to deny you.
I mean, if as she's thinking a little bit, can you explain to me what you mean by compromised exactly?
I'd have to check and make sure that the technocracy did not have any things implanted in you that
Mm.
may hurt our position against them from mental suggestions or perhaps magical items.
So so what would you would need to go into my head or something?
Yes, I'd likely need to.
Uh as she's thinking for a little bit. So right right now, or do I take an appointment for the doctor?
Perhaps another time. I'd like to actually see both you and Ginger for that sort of thing.
Okay, okay, okay. Uh, as she thinks, uh, I'm trying to get into contact with Ginger. Uh, She thinks a little bit more. From what I'm currently thinking, perhaps you should send a message to Ken. I think she, I don't know where she was, but I missed her for like just a second. I think, I think Ken should have get her back. Probably, you should probably send him a message.
I see. I'll do so as soon as I can. Thank you so much. Do you know when Dakota may be back so that I can speak to her as well?
I honestly, when I heard that she froze Ken, I took my click and my clack and I got the fuck out of here. I mean, she's always from everything that I saw. Uh, she thinks a little bit, uh, and she takes paper and a pencil, and she's scratching down things. Uh, from what I understand, those are her schedule at the school. Uh, so I guess if you want to be sure that she's supposed to be there, there would be
Great.
no better way.
Great. Thank you so much. I suppose now I should go and speak to her too. Thanks
Mm,
again for all the help, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can.
yeah, thanks. Thanks for the talk.
Of course. Have a great evening. And I like your painting. You should finish it. She grins and she'll stand up and start packing her stuff up. And once it's all packed up, she's going to start humming once more. She jauntily walks back towards the door.
And I guess with that, we can call it a scene. Thank you, player, for playing, watcher for watching, SD for SDing, and we'll catch you next time.